Gonna be one of those vlogs. I'm walking in the old neighborhood before we moved. Yeah, it's been a tough weekend of sorts. Don't want to share too much, but let's talk about how one nails exposure when you're not But having said all of that, and I know this is way too much information, this is one of the best ways to get the most out of your camera and probably be the most cinematic that you could possibly be. And anyway, I just wanted to take you on a walk and show you where we used to live. This is kind of our old haunt. Like, we've been gone since taking the job in San Diego, but we're back in NorCal for a quick visit, and this is the old neighborhood in which we lived. And you get to see kind of all the cool things like this bridge that we used to use in some family photos and things like that, but now we're using it as a set. So anyway, come on a walk, shall we?
One for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but
We're right behind my sons. They started school at this elementary school, which is just like a block away from where we used to live. Nothing's changed. It's the same stuff, same equipment, same whatever, which is kind of comforting. You know, sometimes you go back to places and it's like falling apart and whatever, but they've done a reasonably good job of keeping it nice. That's kind of one of the good things about when we lived here, was we were just talking about how you could go to one side of this city and go, oh, it's so depressing, but on this side it's got an interesting microclimate where the wind is always kind of blowing, which brings the temperature down in the summer like 15 degrees cooler than the actual city. But wow, this camera is heavy when you're just trying to vlog. I'm gonna take you to this other bridge where there's a beaver dam.
for the lonely hearts.
So obviously back in 2019, 2020, we used to do these walks around our neighborhood, and then you would see like things like MAGA and Trump support, but you would also see the Biden support, and it'd be like graffitied on the ground in weird ways, like they would write on the bridges, or they'd write on a sidewalk. So as you're doing your walk, you would go, oh yeah, like people are actually losing their minds. And it was like the beginning of watching America lose their minds. But that's like one example. The Biden stuff was also crazy, by the way. It was just like people were just really kind of, I don't know, hell-bent on wherever America was heading at the time. Anyway, I wanted to show you the dam. Also, this is why, kind of cool. One of my favorite memories is sitting on one of these benches overlooking this water that you just were looking at with Sebastian. It was the first serious conversation that he and I had, and it was about God and how God had made this lake, or put this water here. And it was kind of cute because, like, you know, his 3-year-old mind or 4-year-old mind at the time was having a very, very deep conversation with his dad. But one of the touching part was him. He's sitting there in silence, and then he leans over and he goes, "I love you, Daddy." I'm gonna play it for you so that you can see it, because it was kind of a funny you know, conversation, especially, you know, 12 years into the future. So this is a look at that conversation.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too.
We found our best benches to look at the river.
Yeah? We did, huh?
Yeah. And I can hear the water fountain
You can hear the water fountain over there?
splashing water inside the river to keep it big.
Yeah.
And having lots of water. And there's a trail all around.
Yeah?
God did that so the guys who did it that planned that will be tired and they didn't want to do it once a day, so that's why God did it. You can drop them. You can just drop them wherever he wants.
Yeah.
All around.
That was one of the more endearing moments that a father and son can have that I thought I'd share with you. A little intimate moment. Okay, so now we're in this one of the spots that this is kind of one of the favorite spots that I have, where the two rocks here, these two rocks, this one and this one. It's one of those weird little things where when you stand in just the right spot, which I believe is right here, you start to hear yourself echoed back. So how it's echoing back and forth is kind of cool. It's always been one of those cool little things that that I like to come to and just talk and hear like the acoustics. Like you could probably, when the wind's not blowing, you could probably I don't know, do a voiceover or something outside. But it's really interesting how the acoustics of just two rocks put like equal distance, I guess. I'm not even sure how the math works, but it's kind of one of those cool little things that you have to experience. But just how sound bounces in between the rocks is kind of cool. I'd sing, but I can't sing.